Scanning for audio.
Welcome to the Tin Dog Podcast, this time talking about Phillip Hinchcliffe presents The Helm of All. Now, we all know how great Phillip Hinchcliffe's time on the show was, 1975 to 77. One of the trademarks of the time was, how do we do this, pastiching other pieces of work and turning them into Doctor Who. He would take the Fu Manchu stories and turn them into the Talons of Wenchaya, that kind of thing. We'd end up with the Invisible Man, or perhaps the Tempest, and they'd become Planet of Evil. We'd have mummies in Pyramids of Mars. Now, whether this is a trademark or something else, I just don't know, but there were several stories that were never produced at the time. Now, Tom's got a lot of respect for Phillip, and rightly so. The guy's particularly well received in the whole of the industry. Everyone has respect for him. But the Phillip Hinchcliffe box sets have been remarkably good. Yes, there's a certain frivolous charm to the Fourth Doctor range, but the Phillip Hinchcliffe era, as presented by Big Finish, is somehow darker and feels almost more real. Many of the stories before have been either two-parters and then two, then a four or a six-parter, that kind of thing. Here is a four-parter. It's the equivalent of a 3-disc release. It comes out in April 2017. And, well, here's the synopsis. The TARDIS arrives on a remote Shetland island of Bothness, and the Doctor and Leela find themselves threatened by Vikings. Only all is not as it seems. The locals are celebrating the old Norse fire festivals, Up Helly Aa, so there is nothing to be worried about. Or is there? For unknown to the islanders, the TARDIS crew are on the trail of an ancient artefact invested with mysterious powers that has recently been stolen and brought to this remote location. Somewhere on this island lurks something ancient and evil and alien. The Doctor and Leela will have to stop it. Only on this occasion, time might not be on their side. Written by Phillip Hinchcliffe, adapted by, and here's the important bit, Marc Platt. Directed by Ken Bentley. You've got a pretty good crew. Yes, Fleur Hinchcliffe does appear as young Angus Rennick, but you know what? That's just advertising. That's just something people get to latch onto and talk about. You've got the Doctor and you've got Leela. Now, Louise Jameson's just been brilliant. The different incarnations, the different ages, the different styles, the different versions of Leela. Her performance is nuanced and remarkably good. Phillip has managed to keep Tom on message, shall we say, keep him in character. Now, as the story goes, it came as a bit of a shock to me. I mean, let's face it, this is something that was written many, many years ago and has been readapted and reevaluated and repackaged and given back to us. I, however, am in the middle of writing a Doctor Who short story, and I'll get back to you on that one very soon. But it came as a bit of a surprise because in my story there are also Vikings and there's also, well, an artefact. But then again, there's at least 2 TV Doctor Who stories that have got Vikings and strange alien interventions. So I think we can all get away with it. I just have to make my story considerably different from this one. Which is sad, because this story itself is remarkably good. I'm not going to tell you about the unknown monster, or what sort of creatures lurk, or what's the organising principles, because they're all spoilers. Is it a great story? Of course it is. Would it have been marvellous on TV? Yes. Now, some of the sound effects feel Star Trek-y, but then again, if you look at some of the sound effects on used on actual TV Doctor Who, that's right. So, a great story without question. And anything worth commenting on? Perhaps it's not as long feeling as some of the other Phillip Hinchcliffe presents, but that's a good thing, because on the face of it, some of the others did feel just a tad long. So, worthy, yes. Marvellous, of course. And let's hear the trailer and let you decide for yourself. So until next time, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, Phillip Hinchcliffe presents The Helm of Aa.
23rd of January 1977. Stop. Worrying atmospheric disturbances. Stop. Please advise. Stop. Please advise.
Is it a summoning?
Welcome to Bothness, the Blessed Isle.
The isle's stirring. Fire from the sky strikes the anvil below. That's how we drive back the dark time.
Are you here by accident, only we don't see many visitors?
Well, not exactly.
Or did you come for the festival?
The festival? This symbol, the star. Your father wears it on his arm.
It's the Aishomur, Old Norse for the Helm of Aa.
It is a protection.
The Isle's ancient guardian.
My family has Viking roots, Doctor. It's our heritage.
This island, the Shetland Isle of Bothness,
Yes?
in the TARDIS Gazetteer, it's marked as uninhabited.
Joanna, the time is coming. Your time.
Me?
It's your inheritance. Get off my isle and take that wild lassie with you.
You've stirred things up, you see, and if there's one thing we can't abide here, it's change.
Hey, you! We want you off the isle!
Afraid we'll ruin your little world?
Careful, mister. You's going the right way for a beating.
Mr. McTavish, it's not the strangers you need to worry about. The real threat's been here so long you don't even notice. You have a festival to run, so roll out your bunting. It may be the last chance you get.
Big Finish. We love stories.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.